Hi everyone, welcome back to NEET PG. I would like to start by apologizing for not uploading anything for the last 2 weeks because I've been extremely busy with moving to my new college for my post graduation. And since I'm still just settling in, I thought this week I would make a very generic video about just a basic approach to solving MCQs. So, I just want to tell you that there are a few prerequisites for this strategy to work. The first one is that you have to stay rational throughout the 3 hours of your exam, and for that you need to be calm and relaxed. So if you saw our video with Dr. Amit where we talked about mistakes that we make in the exam purely because of the fact that we weren't focused or relaxed during the exam. So he said that around 20 out of 200 questions were wrong because of that, and that is a lot of marks and a lot of ranks. And you also have to remember that this entire algorithm that we are using to approach an MCQ will take a lot of practice. So please don't lose patience, and maybe you can improve with every grand test that you give. So an MCQ comes in front of us, and there are two things that we feel after seeing that question. The first thing is, oh, okay, at least I know this topic, what the question is about. Or the second response is, I have no clue as to what this is. So let's deal with the no clue part first. So the first approach to it is that I will come back to it later, leave it as a red mark, and what we are going to do later is just try and do some jugaad that might help us to solve this question. But even when we are skipping this question, we have to stay calm and not panic, because it will affect the further questions that we're solving. So let's come back to having some idea about the topic of the question. So either you read the question and the options, and the answer seems very simple and straightforward. We are still going to read the full question and all the options, because sometimes it is a very trick question. We're going to pay attention to the except part of the question, which is usually in the last line. And we are also going to do one more thing. We are going to look out for the so-called lesson questions, where the examiner is trying to teach us a lesson, where we think that, oh, this is a very straightforward and simple answer, but it might not be so. So just give it a second thought before marking that question. Then we come to the knowing the topic part, but still we are not able to answer the question directly. So we are going to give this question some time, and we are going to pull in all the previous knowledge that we have about the topic. It might be from maybe 10th standard, from 11th, 12th, from our entire MBBS, other subjects that we have studied in MBBS that are related to this topic. And we're going to try to extrapolate from it and somehow arrive at the answer. Or at least we are going to try and eliminate some options. Okay. Now we'll come to the jugaad part. This is the most important, I feel, because this helps us answer questions that we have no idea about. So here we are going to use elimination mostly. So firstly, we'll look out for options that look very peculiar, something that seems very odd, and either eliminate it or that might be the answer. Then we are going to look out for superlatives, words like always, never. So we know that in medicine there are no absolutes, there are always some exceptions. So these superlatives can help us arrive at the answer sometimes. Then another technique that I used to do is, if there's a scenario based questions, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to put myself in that scenario, and somehow intuitively you will get some idea as to what you would do next. And why is this intuition important is because it is based on everything you've studied so far and experienced so far throughout your MBBS course. Then another trick that I have used is that similar or contradictory options can help in elimination. So I have just made a trial question. So The question is, my pin code is 400081. The false statement regarding this is. So let's look at the first statement. I live in Maharashtra. I live in Mumbai. I live in Coimbatore. And 13 PG is awesome. Okay, so one of the statements is false. Now, if you can see these two and the two facts that we know regarding this topic are that Mumbai is in Maharashtra and Coimbatore is not in Maharashtra. So I have tried to include the similar and contradictory options both in the same question itself, just to give an example. So let's see. I live in Maharashtra. If we consider this as the false statement, that means the other statements are true. So let's look at option 2 then. Then I live in Mumbai. So this statement cannot be true because we know that Mumbai is a part of Maharashtra. So therefore option 1 gets eliminated on its own. That means because we can't have two options that are false. So option 1 is not our answer. Then let's look at the third option. If we mark let's look at the second option. If we mark this as false, that means that you don't live in Mumbai, but you could live in Maharashtra, and option 1 and 3 both become true then. And we know that Coimbatore is not in Maharashtra. These two contradictory options cannot be true together. So therefore, this option cannot be false. So this simple technique has helped us eliminate 2 options out of 4, and that is pretty great. Now coming to the mathematics of attempting questions. So out of 200 questions, let's assume that we are confident about 100 questions. 50 questions we have no idea about, and 50 questions we have at least eliminated one option. So in these 50 questions, out of the 4 options, we have eliminated one, and one of the 3 is correct. So let's look at the odds of this. We have a 1 out of 3 chance of getting the correct answer and a 2 out of 3 chance of getting a wrong answer. But a correct answer gives us 4 marks and a wrong answer takes away 1 mark. So the net outcome is plus 4 by 3 and minus 2 by 3. So the net outcome therefore becomes plus 2 by 3 for every question that we can attempt where we have eliminated at least one option. So if we do this for 50 questions, we get around 33 extra marks, which is a big jump in rank. So try and attempt every single question where you can eliminate at least one option. Hope this video helped. Thank you for watching, and please like, share and subscribe. I continue to plan on coming out with videos like this every week. Thank you.